Bless the Lord, all my soul, and that all that's within me, bless His holy and righteous name. I'm trying to stick me with me a little bit. See if I can share this on things, that I've been going through. Um, so I can share with people because, you never know somebody else going through. I'm sure somebody else is. I know for a fact people going through the game stalking. I know for a fact that people are unalive for insurance policies. I know for a fact that people are murdering people and said that they committed suicide. I know for a fact that people say what they call murder suicide. They are say these things, and these things are not true. These are cover up. These are cover up crimes. They are actual crimes. And I want to say that I want to talk about myself, about what on with me, and that been going on with me for years. I didn't speak out, but I allowed my husband or whatever. If he's still my husband, I have no idea. But what I do know this is that he bought a truck. And that was the first time he ever bought anything and didn't have my name on it together, me and his name together. That's after we moved to Amelia in 2012. No, 2014, I'm sorry. In 2014. When he did that, I had some suspicion then about him. Well, I always knew he was a cheater. Um, but yet I knew my assignment. My assignment was to help people. My assignment was to help him see the truth. But he refused to help him turn from his lifestyle of lying, cheating, and stealing. Um, God put me in life so that he can live righteously, the right way, not lying, horn, and all that other stuff. What he thought he was getting away with it, and the funny part about it, I would tell him, and he would lie throughout the years. But I had an assignment, and I had to fulfill what assignment God give me. I have to fulfill that assignment because I came here for that purpose, to fulfill that assignment. So what I wanted to say is this: that he put the vehicles he bought, he didn't put my name on it, which I knew something was suspicious then. And I asked him why. He never would answer. No, why he did that. And I began to ask him different questions. I remember, I think it's like April 2024 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure exactly what year or what day before my son came home. Had to be a year for like 2024 probably. I had asked him for $200, which I didn't need the $200. I just asked him because I hadn't been asking for nothing, no way. Um, he asked me what I wanted $200 for. Now, this is my husband of 40 something years. What I needed is $200 for. I said, well, I want to get my hair fixed and my nails fixed, right? Which remind me now, he's out dating other women and, giving them money and all this other stuff, making like he this um, Don Juan or whatever they call themselves. You know, dating other women, taking them out to eat, and women on his job. He was, he had an affair on his job. Not just on his job, but he wouldn't just have one woman. He had several women, and then the men mixed into it and all that other stuff. I don't like this down low stuff. I don't like mess like that, and I don't like I told him one day. I said, you know what? I said to him, I said, you the type person you should have never got married. I guess he was wondering why I said that because I knew what he was doing. Every time he left to cheat, lie, whatever, the scam, all the scamming, he does fraud. The little woman he was making, I can't say woman, but he fooled with a lot of people. He just lay with anybody and anything that'll lay with him. Then lay with one of my sisters, lay with my cousins. Or maybe the lady by now might be lady with several of my sisters. Some women, they desperate for men. They desperate for the attention of somebody else's man. Well, it ain't my man. I ain't gonna say somebody. Well, I'm gonna say somebody else's. Because some people sleep with other people. Man, they can't get their own, so they sleep with somebody else's man. A male factor. I'm not gonna say man because a man care of his home. A man gonna take care of his wife. A man gonna take care of his children. And having children outside the marriage and stuff like that, like he was doing something, like he was this great hero to everybody else, child, and all this foolishness, and putting up a act, putting on a mask with other people, like he this good person. And the bad part about it, the people around him knew he was cheating, knew he was with this woman and other women and stuff. They was people around him encouraged him to do all this. Old woman, she better matched it, but telling him, nah, this is a hoe. But telling him the hoe was better matched than I was. So how does that work? Oh, you can have something, but see, the thing about it was the hoe, the hoe in his life to bring him down. He thought he had something. Oh, he was putting all this money, putting all this into it. Oh, he was in love. That's what he said. A narcissist don't love nobody. Anybody that don't love themselves don't love nobody else. Because this is a convenient thing. She used him just like he was using her. But she used him more. She already had a plan when she came in. Oh, I want her man. No, you wanted that man. Male factor. I'm gonna stop saying man. Male. That male. Like you thought you had something. But then the thing about it, she was just like him, but she was worse than him. And God allowed her to come in his life. To steal from him like he was stealing from me. She was stealing from him. Like he was cheating on me, she was cheating on him. They trying to pin a baby on him and they didn't belong to him. A lot of them did that. Didn't even belong to him. Then one woman, I know that he got him some other man's wife. He cheats with other people's wives. That's what he does. He like other people's wives as well. So I'm a woman, you that dumb, you got a home, you got children, you gonna destroy your home for him? This man don't care about nobody, honey. The woman told him she was pregnant for him. And he told her, that's your husband, baby. She said, no, I didn't sleep with my husband. I only slept with you. So happened, thank God, I hate to say this, but, for the child's sake, the baby died. When I say died, she had a miscarriage, which she doesn't realize it was God helping her to save her own marriage because she thought she had something and she didn't have nothing because he's nothing. He doesn't care about anybody. He only cares about himself, what he can get out of a relationship. But it's not really a relationship. It's a deception. It's catfishing. Somebody explained to me about catfishing. I didn't know anything about that. People getting on dating apps. Way I understand it's supposed to be a dating app. I'm supposed to be on it and I don't know nothing about it. I'm supposed to be on the black whale, but whatever that is, I don't know anything about the black whale. But this is what I'm, in the spirit. This is what things you see in the spirit. Making up, making up posts and stuff with me and lying and saying that I got in contact with them and I'm harassing them. What in the world? I'm gonna harass somebody before I've been with this man for 40 something years and I didn't care then. Why I'm gonna care now? I didn't care what the heck he was doing because that's him. That's his body. I preserve my body. Not to be all over the place with my body. Was telling, I was sleeping around selling. I was laughing so hard when I heard that. I rolled, I almost fell on the floor laughing. Me selling my body, prostituting. Me stealing from him. And when he was going in my purse stealing, he was stealing from me because I plotted, I planned, I put things down. I counted. I put money in my purse, I counted. Leave, he going through my stuff, stole my proposals and different things, ideas I had stolen, took it to other women. This how bold this demon was in him. Like he was doing something because he was jealous of me. And God began to show me his jealousy When you get in, like I got my blue car, last year in April, didn't have the car in the yard. No, I don't think not even a good day or two. He banged the hood. He banged the hood up. Oh, I asked him about the hood. Oh, it was like that. No, it wasn't. I checked the car. He still lied. I'm looking like, oh my God, this is one lie after another. But see, you got to even account for all them lies. You don't get by with stuff. When you maliciously do stuff where your heart is wicked because you jealous, one man jealous of their wife, what sense do that make? Or when you could have had a better life, you didn't have it because you were so busy fighting your wife. Like you run and cheat with other women or men or whatever, you fighting your wife. That's a crazy person do that. You destroyed your own house from within. And I'm trying to say this because I want to teach people something. When it comes to, don't get married. If you're not going to be obligated to your husband or wife, don't get married. Stay single where you can do what you want to do. Like I'm saying, before we got married, I said, anytime in our marriage you wanted somebody else, let me know, we can get a divorce and move on. But he didn't do that because he wanted to hold to me, to hide behind me while he cheat and do all this other stuff. Go in church and cheat with the church members, all this other stuff. But they all supposed to be having church though. That's the crazy part about it. And I'll be looking like, oh, I'll be in fear. But then God had to teach me. He said, just because you're in a building, when I'm not in that building, they can do what they want to do. But he said, but once you out that building, you can call judgment on it if you want to. It's up to you. But he said, it's a appointed time for everything. I said, okay, God. Because see what people think, because they don't get that discipline. When God don't correct them. See, God be correcting them, but they don't see God is correcting them. They don't see it because they think they smarter than God. They think they done got over when God see everything. When you in the bed with another man or woman and you talking about your wife to other people, and the dumb part about all this, and and I look at that, I know what woman in their right mind gonna lay in the bed with some other man while he down play his wife. But yet he go home to that wife every day. Is the woman just stupid or what? That's my question. I would love for some of the women, to talk to me about this because I need to know what's this all about. And what I've learned, if a woman don't love herself, she does these things because she don't love herself. She don't see the value in herself. When she compete with another woman that's not even competing with her because she know who she is. She know that the God, she serves God because she don't put confidence in flesh. See, this what's wrong with everybody. Y'all put too much confidence in flesh and still in God, the living God. But I want to say this, I do feel sorry for the women that feel like they got to have another male factor from another woman. Baby, you don't, number one, a real man, you're not going to get a real man. The matter of fact, a real man, you're not going to get attention from a real man. But a man, a woman that's full of lust, oh yeah, you're going to get attention from them because guess what? You got lust. They got lust. The birds of the same feather flocks together, which is true. Then what gets me, what is funny, they all partying, they all drinking. Now this is he acting like he the best father, the best this and that. No, he riding around with the woman. Now, mind me, he don't want me to drive none of his vehicles. He put me in an old SUV, but he had the finest of vehicles, so he can show off. But yet, this is the persona he put in front of other people. See, other people didn't know because I didn't say anything. Go to different churches, being around different people, they would take his side because they didn't get to know me, who I really was. Then I look at people that did know me, that I live around, that I was nice to, and they still pull back. Listening to him because they don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on in another woman's house or another man's house. You don't know their suffering and their pain. You don't know when a man, I'm not a male factor, When a malefactor is in a house, they setting up, got this double lifestyle they living, but they putting on an act like this good person. They going to different people. My wife's sick. My wife crazy. Remember, this is the same wife that cooked the food every day. This is the same wife that washed your clothes. This is the same wife you call and say, hey, what we eating today? You know why? Because he's somewhere else. He don't have no business being, so he want to see where I'm at. Okay? Now, if you don't want somebody, you let that person alone. Now, here, him and her making plans, a life plan together, while he take everything from me, trying to take everything from me, but trying to make another woman comfortable. House, car, furniture, all this stuff. Oh, he taking care of another woman. She got his credit card now. He paying for charging up everything, but wouldn't give me nothing. But yet God made sure I had what I need. Running around saying I prostitute, making money, selling myself for money. But that was what they were doing, him and that woman. That's what they were doing. Both of them was lying. And, to go and say, you're going to receive a lie from some other hoe saying that I was cheating on you or saying stuff about me, but you didn't never come to me to ask me. Because that told me what was in you, that's what you wanted to do. Which is okay with me. Because this is why I'm talking about it. For you to try to isolate me in my house, don't want to make sure I have a decent vehicle. Matter of fact, I had towing on the vehicle. The vehicle wasn't that good. It broke down several times. I had towing on it. He took towing off it. Now, how wicked do that get? He took the towing off the vehicle. This is him. Listen to what other people say. The other people was telling him how to treat me. How to take everything, make sure, trying to make me homeless. But do you think God was going to cause me to be homeless? Do you? Because you were so ignorant, you wanted to run behind a prostitute, a stripper. He got a stripper, a prostitute. She sleeps with women and men, and he sleeps with women and men. So if that's a lifestyle he wanted to live, why didn't he leave years ago? When he first met the woman, why didn't he leave then? Which he should have, but no, he was so busy trying to he working, taking all the money her, get this income tax time. He took all the income tax, just lying and lying. God said, let him have it. Don't fight him let him have it. Oh, I let him have it. I know somebody said, oh, I wouldn't let him have it. No, I let him have it. Because he was building up all that judgment. Y'all call it karma, but I call it judgment. That's judgment. Every time he went and laid in the bed with other women and men, that's judgment. That's all the judgment he was putting up on his own body. Why you got high blood pressure? Why you had sugar? Because judgment. Your parts that you used to try to manipulate and control other people, and witchcraft, he used witchcraft. He dealt with witches. Well, all of them work witchcraft. Y'all gonna be surprised the number of people that work witchcraft. That witchcraft that y'all know in the church. That work witchcraft. Mind manipulation, love spells, all kind of blood rituals. Kill babies, have the women have babies, they abort the babies and chop their heads off for sacrifice. Sometimes they drink the blood, sometimes they eat the flesh. See, people think these things are just people saying stuff. Y'all, this is true. I'm telling y'all, this is true. I have evidence of stuff, what I'm talking about. That people don't even know I have them. Just like the cheating, I knew every time he left and I knew who he was with. People I was in the church with, I just smiled. They thought they were doing something. Oh, I'm sleeping with her man and I'm smiling at her face. No, baby, you don't sleeping with my man. God is my man. Y'all think that's a game. But see, the bad part, y'all gonna die with sicknesses and diseases. Y'all children gonna have sickness and diseases. Y'all probably got grandkids right now with a disease that they can't get rid of because of what you done. You crossed the line because you intruded in another person's marriage. This is what people don't understand. You can't be cheating with other people's husband and wives. You are destroying your family line. And this is why God is saying what he's saying now, to stop it. He's sick of y'all nasty hind parts. Leave other people's husbands and wives alone and get your own. You want to be a free for all? Divorce and be a free for all. You don't drag other people down your line deceitful trail. I'm going to say this. Y'all think you're not going to prison for all the fraud and the scam and the insurance, the house, the real estate insurance frauds, the setting houses on fire to get insurance money. Y'all setting up killing people for insurance money. Car accidents for car insurance benefits. You call the old women you widows because you killed your husband for money. They gonna pull up the poison. Y'all done poison men and women. They gonna pull up those people. Oh, y'all cremated. Some of y'all cremated them. God gonna make sure y'all pay for it. It don't matter. You can't hide it. God saw it all. You cold-hearted murderers. That's what you are. You're serial killers. That's what you all are. You bring pain to other people like y'all doing something, but y'all gonna pay for it. Your children, it's gonna go down your family line. I keep saying this over and over to you people. Your culture, what they call them, Masons. He's part of the Masons, Eastern Stars. Cartel, mixed into all kind of crap all over the world. Exporting, importing, cyber currency, inside trading, human trafficking, child trafficking, sex trafficking, money laundering, real estate fraud and scams, ID frauds and scams, IRS scams, PPP loan scams. I'm saying what God is saying. God is the one that revealed the wicked heart of man. People in top positions, governors, mayors, lawyers, senators, representatives, celebrities are involved in scamming, all kind of scam and murder, sacrificing people for money. But guess what? They think they getting all that. But one day their eyes gonna close. If they don't get it here, they're gonna get it. And the bad part about it is eternity. This is temporary, not eternity. You know, and I thank God because he made me the way I am. I didn't do this. God made me the way I am. He created me the way I am. He created me to love people, the wicked, evil ways of people. You know, and it's sad when a person be that evil toward his wife when he could have just divorced and went on, but no, he didn't do that. Him and this little whore want to do everything they can do to try to hurt me, but y'all didn't hurt me. Y'all just brought joy on yourself. And you know, I'm not going to say I pray that you all can take it. Y'all not going to be able to take what's coming because y'all already getting some of it. Just if this is what y'all a little bit getting y'all now, that's called a little bit. That's going to be everything that y'all done to me. Everything y'all sowed. Every lie, deceit, and deception. Guess what? I'm getting all that. When I say I'm getting all that, I'm getting all that back in money. More y'all talking, calling my phone, sending emails, all this other stuff. Y'all done did other people like that. Some people mind have weak minds and they unalive themselves because of you people. But y'all gonna give account for it. Y'all think you got away. You didn't get away. The export import, Barbara, you're part of it. You know who I'm talking about. You know Donna washed your car. Barbara, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Import, export, cybercurrency, stocks and bonds, inside trading. Oh, y'all gonna get it. Oh, did y'all? We ain't nothing gonna happen. Let me tell you all something. Y'all can do something for 25, 35, 45 years. But when that time is up, that God said, now it's time to judge this. Now is the time. Oh, y'all acting like y'all all this because y'all old products. I didn't care less about a product. I could take that money you done bought with products and help somebody in need. Not trying to get everything like, oh, I'm all this. I remember one time he told me, oh, I'm going to buy me a Corvette. Oh, if I win the lottery, I'm just going to buy me a Corvette and ride off in the sunset. Now, this a man you done spent 40-something years with said that. Now, how do that sound like him as being, well, I'm not even going to say it, a male factor. That's a male factor. A real man, when I told him I wanted a house, he didn't buy me a house. But this is the one you done spend so much time in it, taking care of, being there for them. But this is how you get treated. But no, this is a man that went to church 4 days a week, twice on Sunday. This is what the man. Male factor. But yet, you going around here pretending with other people. Oh, he didn't lay with the neighbors and all. You know, they mad with me, the neighbor, because he done lied and told them something I said. You know, had a ruckus with my children because he done lied and said I said something. Like my daughter-in-law called one day on his phone. So happened he in the bathroom. I picked the phone up because I thought something happened. You know, make sure she was all right. And I answered the phone. I said, hey. She said, hi. I was calling Donald. I said, okay. Is everything okay? Oh, yeah, everything okay. Only thing I said, well, I'll tell him to call you when he get out the bathroom. Y'all, if that man did not lie. Now, this happened in my house. Was me, him, Cam, and Jeremiah. So when he came out the bathroom, I told him, I said, that's not appropriate for Carol to be calling you. Because Carol don't even call me. You know, I'm calling her name because that's my daughter-in-law. Oh, well, I call her and check on her, you know, when Tamayo's gone, my son Tamayo. I said, no. I said, Tamayo, that's Tamayo's wife. I said, now, when I'm gone somewhere, you don't never call and check up on me. So how is that you can check on Tamayo's wife? That's what I said in front of Cammy. And Cammy said, yeah, she right, Daddy, that's right. So what he did, he done told, I don't know what happened after that, but I told him that in our house. So by the time Tamayo called me, but see what God had already told me, put something on Facebook. Because he said he wanted to test everybody, because it's a test. So I did exactly what God told me to do. So Tamayo called. Well, I told Carol, Dawn, it was all right for them to talk on the phone. See, this is Tamayo saying this. And Carol said, no, she told me, yeah, he told me, Carol said that you told her not to call Donald no more. But I didn't tell Carol that. So see how all this confusion gets started over a lie. In my house, I didn't told him, you know, what was unappropriate. But see, he thought all right for him to ride around with other women without his wife. Because, see, that's what they taught him in the church in Portsmouth and Richmond. That's the disrespect they taught him in the church in Portsmouth and Richmond. Okay, I called the church. They done told the church members, which the church members, God gonna judge them too, that when I call my husband, they'll tell me he's not there. He's there. Because one of the people that was in the church told me, after they left, told me exactly what was going on. He would leave. I done cook for him on Christmas dinner. Sunday dinner. I called. It take him a long time. He ain't came home yet, and I'm calling. He in Portsmouth. I ain't called me, said nothing about him being in Portsmouth. This is the disrespect from Viola Bonner and Arthur Bonner. Yeah, I'm calling names because I don't play. I don't play y'all games. That was disrespect. You taught him to disrespect me. But you will, oh, you already paying for it. I ain't got to say you will pay for it. You already paying for it. And you want to sue me? Sue me. I want you to sue me. Because you caused my family to suffer because of your own selfish hate. But really, we didn't suffer because God showed me what to do. You caused him to lose his job with the state because you were selfish. He never missed a day from work. He never been late. He did not go to work because it snowed by your instruction and lost his job of 15 years with the state, a job God gave him. But guess what? He lost that job because that same morning God woke me up and tell him if he don't go to work, he gonna lose his job. He never had no dispute, nothing with his job. Guess what? He lost that job because God don't play. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I promise you, she ain't never said it of this day. She had a car. One day she got smart with me because I was concerned about her. She got nasty with me because her feet was swollen. And I said, you need to eat less salt. And I said, put your feet up. She got a nasty attitude. I'm the pastor. Guess what happened? She went right down the road and wrecked her vehicle. But see, she didn't know who I was. God sent me in the midst of them. I already know who they was. God sent me in the midst of people to love them, to be good to them. Because one of the ladies told me, she treating you like she treating you. And I know you've been nothing but good to her. This is the lady told me. And she treated you like that. I know I had to get away from her. She said, because I saw how you treat her. And then I saw how she treated you after you done did all that love and you done show her and, being her. But because she couldn't control me. It was a control issue. And I'm saying I'm adding things to stuff. This is the disrespect. A bunch of men, all y'all men going to New York, nothing but a bunch of women. When I say women, little whores in the church. They were whores. All the men went down there. Y'all ain't delivered y'all self. What y'all go down there for so y'all can sleep around like y'all always do? You got 3 men, 3 women. Y'all traveling the road. Other people husband. What do you think going on? Ain't nobody stupid. I just looked at them like they were doing something. But they got to give account for all that stuff. They know that was wrong. I don't care what nobody say. You know when you wrong. You riding down the road with some other woman, but yet you don't even want your wife in the car or in the vehicle. But you riding around with some other woman. This is stuff he do. But I just want people to know why they run around saying this, oh, she's sick, she crazy. I'm sick and I'm crazy, but you riding around with another woman. I'm sick and I'm crazy where my blood pressure went up. You didn't go to the hospital with me. I'm sick while I was in hospital several days. You never visit me, but you visit the pastor of the church. See the hypocrisy? This is what I want to show people. The hypocrisy of this man. The lie, the deceit, the deception. But you know who was at that hospital with me? Cammie was. The devil tried to destroy her because he got a life insurance policy on her. Figured he'll get rid of her because, see, she have certain things. He wanted to get his hand on it. And when I tell y'all this person is wicked as wicked can be, wicked. Then he connected with other wicked people. But like I said, I'm saying this because I want people to know because I didn't speak up. I was quiet. People acting funny with me at church because they didn't sit around talking about I'm crazy. They went to Delaware saying I'm crazy. Everybody listening to him, but never got to know me as a person. But you know what? Some people in Delaware did. And never nice to these people, but yet they want to say I was crazy. Because see, this is the MO of a narcissist. They want to paint you crazy because then they can lie and hoe and cheat. Do what they want to do because all of them like that. All the narcissists like that. They liars. Try to make themselves look good. But what is it? I mean, like, get delivered. Y'all got these attachments. Narcissism is a attachment, an entity, a demon that y'all done grab the hold to. And you put up in these churches pretending like y'all know God. Y'all don't even have a relationship with God. You a bunch of demons. Y'all a bunch of demons. Then you got these demon grandkids. Ain't got no respect for grown people. They full of the devil too. They don't know whether they want to be a male or female. They confused. Why you think they confused? Because of the stuff y'all doing. One day I caught him putting a bottle of soda on one of the little young girl breasts. I stopped him. I said, you don't put no soda. I told the little girl, I said, you don't let no grown man put no sodas on your breasts. I stopped him. Right, and I said it right in the front of her. This what kind of filth this nigga is. Y'all forgive me, for saying nigga. I don't always say nigga, but I say nigga because I need to let you know what kind of. And people got to stop this. Nigga don't mean color. Nigga mean the way you act. It's a way you act thing. So stop trying to put it on color, baby. Don't do that. Don't y'all do that. Y'all been doing that too long. Enough of that stuff. But this is stuff I caught him doing. Then people want to say, oh, something wrong with me, or like one sister over there in Norfolk, Portsmouth. I invited her to my house, even in when I was living in Richmond. Her and her husband, my children. Because this is who I am. I love people. But to think you can go and sleep with my husband and then you still up in my face. But yet I still show you love. But when you got out of line with me, then I had to put you back in line. Because I don't disrespect you. I never disrespect you and your husband. Your husband have never gotten out of place with me. Because I saw him as my brother. I saw anybody in the church, I'm in the church with them. I see them as my sister and my brother. I love them like I love a sister and a brother. I will never undermine them, never. Because I love God. And when I love God, I love y'all too. Despite all the lies, deceit, and deception that y'all spread it, even with the church in Norfolk, I know some lies were spread it there too. Between the sisters was saying stuff about me. I know all that stuff. But I didn't treat y'all no different. When y'all saw me, I still was the same. But y'all was standoffish because y'all believed the lie, the deceit, deception. All of y'all believe the lie, deceit, deception. Even on Facebook. Since I've been on Facebook, they've been using accounts on Facebook. You saying stuff, to y'all. I've seen a lot of y'all separated yourself because y'all religious. Y'all did that because y'all religious, because y'all don't have no discernment. If y'all had discernment, y'all would say, you know what? This is my sister. She never done anything to me. I don't care what view you have. That's your view. You have a right to it. Then this is something I say to y'all all the time. Whoever you want to vote for, that's fine. It's okay. Why people got to get with other people because they voted for somebody they wanted to vote for? That's my right. As a United States citizen. So stop messing with people. I have to keep saying this over and over again. Leave people alone. Let them vote for who the heck they want to. None of y'all open y'all mouth when they shut the black school down. So don't get me started on that. let me move on. So, and I'm just, talking, just saying these things because, see, people don't know. They don't know what you went through behind the scenes, what people was fake. Pretend like they were this nice person and then they had all this stuff. They treat y'all nice because y'all did what they say. But once you don't do what they say, once you see them, see the mask that they wearing, pretending like they one thing and they something else, that's when the problem starts. See, that's why a lot of y'all that got married, you cheated on your husband or your wife because you was under that spirit. The people was doing the same thing. They ain't have no self-control, no respect, no morals. That's why. Don't get up and put on a robe or put on anything and say you a child, you a minister of the gospel, and you can't even control your organs, your sex organs. This is disgusting. I find this the most disgusting mess I ever seen in the church, or the people that say they church people, Christians or whatever. I don't go by Christians. I go by, I am truly a child of the living God. Not the dead God, the living God. And what I want to say, and I'm going to say, this is stuff that went on. Then, next thing I know, my children was acting funny because they tried to divide my children. I'm talking about even in the church. They tried to divide me. But see, I saw them do it to other people. I saw it beforehand. How they divided people's families, how they broke up families. But they think God didn't see that. But see, they were too busy. They thought they were God. They were too busy, full of their ego and pride. But God saw it all. But I know two people that had a church in Amelia County. No, they wasn't perfect, but they had a good heart. Both of them, the husband and wife, had a good heart. We do what we know to do right. And I saw that. And I saw when I came back to Amelia County, they still had that heart to do what's right. No, they wasn't perfect. But I can tell you this, that they do love God. The husband, he's gone. But I know they love God. Both of them, I knew they loved God. And I knew they loved God people. No, they wasn't perfect, but they loved God. And they love God people. And they strive to do what's right. They was a good example of Amelia County. No, they not perfect. Yes, they made mistakes. It's okay. Because see, when we come up under religion, what it doesn't teach us a certain way. But we got to learn, even though we're in a church, we got to learn to hear God. We can't take another man's sermon and preach his sermon. We got to get it from God. That's so important. And I know they miss him. And I saw that, saw him before I left. And I thank God I got a chance to see both of them, because God laid it on my heart to go by and check on them. And I stopped when God told me to. And I'm glad I did. And I want them to know that I love them. He gone, I still love him. That's when, first time when I started going to church, I went to that church. Even in the midst of my husband saying I was crazy, doing that, because that was what he was. He was crazy. This is stuff he planted over years. Over 30 years. This is what he's been doing. But yet he never left home. So why in the world? Okay, help me to understand that if I'm crazy. Why are you still there? Why was you still there? So, this is what I'm saying. And, I'm going to give honor what honor is due. And I want his wife and children to know I love them, even though I didn't get a chance to be there with them. But I love them, and I always will love them. No, if they perfect, no, they not perfect. But they striving to do what's right. They doing what they know to do what's right. And that's what God look at. He look at our heart. And he's not looking at our outer appearance, but he's looking at our heart. And I think about how that He run around here acting like, he this big guy doing all this and doing that. And yet he persecuted. He made his own special needs son suffer while he take care of some other people. The income tax, he wouldn't even got an income tax, wasn't from me and my son. He wouldn't have got nothing back. But he took it all because he was selfish. And he made over $65,000, $55,000 a year? Every year. But do you think he gave me any dime of that? Like I said, I remember $60 in 12 years since I was living in Amelia County. That's all I remember he gave me. And if he gave me that, that's probably something he didn't borrow from me and never paid me back, because he don't pay you back. He was even scamming his own son. Go get a haircut, get food, the child pay for it. He don't want to pay the child back. And this was a child. This wasn't a grown person. This was a child. This is how he was acting. So you see what I'm saying? This is that person, the real person. Not the faker where he faking out there like faking the funk. I guess that's what they call it. I heard somebody say fake the funk. So I just repeated that. Lord knows I don't know what it means no way. I guess faking funk is pretending, I guess. So what I'm saying is this here. Okay, 2024 he fell. Both his knees was knocked out. He had to have surgery. That night he fell. I took him to 2 different hospitals. Probably didn't get home to to get to the hotel to probably about 10 o'clock, I guess. I'm not sure. 11 o'clock, 12, I'm not sure. But I took him to one hospital. I wasn't satisfied. I took him to another. Still wasn't satisfied with them. But then I took him to a hotel, made reservations at the hotel. We stayed at the hotel for 2 weeks because Cammie had to have time. My daughter Cammie, she made reservations. She found a van where she had to drive all the way to Louisiana, back to Virginia, to bring him back to Virginia. Because I wanted to put him on a flight, but he couldn't use the bathroom. He couldn't get in the bathroom. So I had to compromise Cammie came, Cammie made sure he had rails where he could get in and out the house when we got there. Cammie did that. So where was his women at? His people that backed him in all his wicked doings? Where were they at? But Cammie was there. Me and Cammie. My son Donald Jr. came. My son Lisa came. Well, where was his children by other women at? Where was his other women at? When he needed to go to the bathroom. When he needed to go to therapy. When he needed to go to the doctor. Making all those arrangements. Oh, but see, I'm the crazy one though. But I'm the one made all the arrangements. I'm the one was there when he had surgery. I'm the one made sure he had a rehab place to go to. Where were all these folks at then? All those friends. When he was trying to hit on a lady in the nursing home, the rehab center he was in, when he was trying to hit on her, he was acting like she was trying to, he was trying to hit on her. That's how sick he is. He in a wheelchair, he trying to hit on another lady in a wheelchair. See what lust would do for you when you got a demon of lust? Lust don't care what it ride, as long as it get on something. Lust will go and do anything, because it's lust. You can't fulfill lust, baby. You can lay with everything you can lay with. But let me tell you something. See all that you were using with that lust, God shut it down if he ain't already shut it down. And all them folks used to run wood. You're going to shut all that down too. Both of y'all. All of y'all. All that little stuff that y'all used. That witchcraft and all that other stuff. Going to readers and trying to find out my business. No, y'all need to worry about what's going on with y'all. What's finna happen with y'all. Oh, I'm going to get pregnant so I can keep the man and all that. Y'all the dumbest. Oh, I ain't going to say that. Y'all dumb as a brick. That's old. That ain't going to keep no narcissist. He ain't going to say that but so long. He still got some on the side. Several on the side. He going to get tired of you too. He going to do, you know what? He going to do you just like he did me. Have you in the house and he going to be out doing everybody he could do. But see, now he too old to do all that. God is shutting all that down. See, God is shutting all that down. All them lies, deceit, and deception that you told, lady, or women, or whatever y'all, female family, and have dignity, pride, good pride, morals. A woman have morals. So I'm saying this here, but I'm crazy though. Oh, wives trying to put me in a mental institution behind my back. Him and her trying to put me in a mental institution so they can get a check. That's why I say check Social Security fraud. Y'all need to check SSI. Those different places like that, they doing all that kind of fraud. Welfare fraud. PPP loan frauds. And I'm going to say this again. Anything that's got my name attached to it that they done committed fraud, I'm not going to commit no fraud. I don't deal foolishly. Now, the people that I have credit cards with, I faithfully pay my credit card bills. And guess what? And I'm not going to have but a few of them because I'm going to pay them off as I make them. So if anything out here, I ain't made no PPP loans. So if y'all got a PPP loan out here that's in my name or in my company name or whatever, anything tied to me, that's him and his hoe, okay? That's who that is. So you call PC, what is it, CPS or whatever, all these fake call police and all this stuff, they're harassing you. Why would I harass trash? I put trash in the trash can and throw it out. You ain't special. Nobody's special. God is special to me. So please stop all that. And it's amazing how ignorant people are. And I'm looking like, what? People telling, I'm looking like, where y'all get that from? Neighbors mad at me for what? Because he done went around lying to people. Oh, she said this about, I see what was so good about one thing. He said something and I caught it. And God said, he's going down there talking about you. Had the lady, I don't want to call her name, she's deceased. But these are people I've been knowing for years. But I don't drink alcohol. I can stay with so long around people that drink alcohol. I try to socialize with people because that's their choice to drink alcohol. That's their choice to smoke. I don't smoke. I don't drink alcohol. I don't take drugs. I don't take high blood pressure medicine. None of that. Because those are, y'all don't understand, but I understand. I can't give y'all that little seed of wisdom that God showed me about the liquor and alcohol and stuff like that. You'll notice it says spirits. What you think it says that for? God is trying to tell y'all something, but y'all not listening. So, I have family members. Oh, you want to drink? Oh, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Why y'all ask me about some drink I never did drink? I never was a drinker. Alcohol. Why would y'all keep trying to push alcohol on me? Y'all know I don't do alcohol. Why would y'all try to, why would, I can count on one hand the number of men I've been with, and I'm 67 years old. That's on one hand. So, where all this come from? So, just stop it, people. Just stop it. Because I care about my body. So, just stop. And it bothers me that people would go to this extent because they doing it, but they're going to try to blame you on doing it. And then they cast spells over people's minds and stuff. To manipulate them and control. Who in the world wants to manipulate and control somebody with witchcraft? You going to get a man, baby, by witchcraft? You think you're going to have that man forever? No, honey. That witchcraft breaking. God had broke that witchcraft off that man. What you gonna do now? You want a man through witchcraft? What? How sick is that? You need to check your head, sure enough. And then you throwing witchcraft at me. I'm taking them man out. Like, girl, please. Number one, I just gave it to you for you to have. because he wouldn't leave. I've been waiting for him to leave. He just wouldn't leave. So that's the fact of all of it. I've been wanting him to leave. So thought he was playing me. You didn't play me. You played yourself. You just played yourself because I'm a woman and I don't play games. You played yourself. And I'm not jealous of no woman. And I'm not chasing no man. I'm not running around like a fool. Oh, I'm gonna beat her up. I'm gonna cheat my man. Oh, you driving yourself crazy. You are literally driving yourself crazy over somebody that don't care about you no way. He pretend doing you just like he do everybody else. So stop. Stop wasting your time, honey. Love yourself. Y'all love yourself. You won't be doing all this stuff. Like you got something, sweetheart. I feel sorry for you. Love yourself. This is what I'm about. I'm about teaching women to love themselves. Teaching men to love themselves. And they don't have to, you don't have to let down your standards, your morals. Be a free fall for all, You don't have to do that. You could be with one man or one woman. It ain't that everybody act like they gotta cheat or they gotta be laying here and laying there. Please stop that. It just irritates me when I see people like that. Go from person to person. What that's all about? You got all these spirits that you done grab off of every woman and man you done been with. All them spirits that's in your body. All that in your body. Everybody, you got a fragment. Everybody you done slept with. That is sick. And you wonder why your mind all messed up. You got all them different mind mixtures in there. So I wanted to say that, to say this. Wake up, people. You got somebody always down. You living with the woman, but you talking down on her. You eating her food every day. But what am I missing? You come home every day. What am I missing? So what is the problem? So what I'm saying, love yourself. I'm saying this over and over again because I want to put this in your mind. Love you. When you love you, you won't have no problems. You all got these trauma bonds. Just y'all fight like cats and dogs. What's so bad? All y'all do is fight. You get in front of other people and pretend, but all y'all do is fight like cats and dogs. He tried to bring that to my house. Oh, no, baby, we ain't doing that at my house. No, we are not. You're not bringing that spirit from them whores over here. And I made that clear to him. You're not bringing those spirits here. Now, he had any time he could leave whenever he wanted to and never come back. He ain't had the plot and plan, huh? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So the point is this. Since y'all saying I'm crazy, that don't sound like a crazy person to me. When y'all stole all of my materials and stuff, my books and all the material y'all stole from me, he came in and stole it and brought it to y'all. But I'm crazy though. I can write books. I can write proposals. I could do whatever I want to do. Oh, but I'm crazy though, remember? But what if I'm crazy? Why y'all stole my material? Why did he steal and bring it to y'all? Every idea why he steal and bring it to y'all? Because he ain't got no ideas. All he know how to do is steal from other people. Now one of y'all got no ideas because y'all dumb. You got to steal from other people. I don't have to because I'm very intelligent and always have been. Oh, but why you ain't got no big house, a big this or that? Let me tell you something. A house don't make a person. What's in a person's heart what makes them? Y'all not like me. Never been like me. I help people. I don't have to have the big fancy car, the big fancy clothes, the handbags, and all that. I like a coach. Every once in a while, I get me a coach. And I get it on sale. Because I'm not, just like I go to the store, I go to Ross or one of them, get me some pants, I go get the Ross. I ain't got to go to these high-tail country stores and get me pay $100 something or $200 for a pair of pants. Why would I do that? I could take the rest of that money and do something else with it. I'm not one of them people. Not trying to show off in the front of nobody. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of people competing. Our family members competing. I'm just sick of it. Then he trying to out here competing like he got all this and you in debt. You done went in debt. For what? Trying to show off? Pretending like y'all got something y'all ain't got? Because you thought you went over there, thought the woman had money, and the woman ain't got nothing, and he sold you a dream, and all that was a pipe bomb, a lie. She lied, okay? And she ain't gonna have nothing. Everything that they got is going away. Everything y'all stole is gonna be taken from y'all because you're robbers and thieves. I decree and declare that everything, y'all gonna lose it all because of your own greed. Going on fancy trips, going to the casino like you did something, you ignorant, very ignorant. Gambling something you ain't got. Out trying to buy expensive whiskey or whatever y'all call whiskey, wine, I don't know. And then trying to show off. Lying and crying like somebody hurt you, like somebody did you wrong. And you was the devil yourself. You treat your child like dirt. You ain't even take care of your children. No, I ain't talk about you. I could tell a whole lot of stuff you didn't do or what you did do to your daughters. Okay? And women, stop letting these men in your homes with your children. Because you're fooling around with rapists. You have rapists. Okay? Check your children. And I'm going to say this again, men, get your DNA test on these women. If they're part of these clubs, get a DNA test on your children. Get a DNA test. Because a lot of children y'all done signed up for y'all taking care of, not even y'all. These whores lied. They got with you for money, thought you had money because you were flashing on money like a whole lot of money, and you know you ain't had nothing. But you mistreated your wife and children for a hoe. Because hoes beget hoes. So I done said all I'm going to say. And I hope you all have enjoyed what I said today. Because I believe in telling the truth. And I also believe in exposing the devil, their lie, deceit, and deception. And you know, all the ones that still want to follow these people, that's your choice. You know, that's your choice. But I'm telling my story. My story is not yours. My story is mine. What I went through is what I went through. And I'm sharing what some of the smaller things that I've been through. That's just a little bit of it. And, you know, and I want to say to, you know, the different ones that, you know, he didn't sleep with, y'all, have fun with it. Have fun. All that's in your body, not mine. Y'all spreading these diseases around. Y'all have fun with it. Baby. I'm good. Just like y'all run around, oh, she gave me HIV, she gave me AIDS, she gave me herpes, she gave me this. You's a liar from the pit of hell. I don't sleep around. So when you want to spread a lie, you better get, you faked and record. You need to, another thing you need to do, you need to stop checking on my background check because I don't have any criminal background. I don't even have a speeding ticket, okay? All them forgery, forged documents that y'all forge, y'all gonna pay for that too. Because one thing people know about me, I'm not going to do no corrupt mess. I'm not going to scam nobody. I'm not going to do nothing to nobody. If I can't help you, I'm not going to bother you. So I want y'all to know, y'all going down for that scamming and all kind of corruption. I'm going to say it again. He's in all type of corruption. Overseas and the United States. Overseas accounts. Oh, yeah. Some overseas accounts over there. Hide money that then they stole from here, took it overseas. In an overseas account. Got friends they connected with. People they connected with overseas. Doctors. Doctors. Falsifying information. Overseas doctors. Oh, yeah. Nurses. Clerk of court. All these folks. Funeral homes involved too. Insurance companies involved. All they tied in together. All this is a scam. Just scamming people. You know, the social services made for to help people that's in need, not for y'all scammers. To scam people, what's wrong with y'all people? Go get a job and work like other people. We got other people in this world that works, don't mind working to get what they get, not trying to steal and scam other people. You know, Donna, you are a disgrace to your children. You a disgrace to your children. What you gonna say to them? You tried to kill their mother and their brother and tried to kill them. You a disgrace. What is you gonna say to your children? No, you don't want them to know you tried to kill their mother, do you? You don't want them to know you and your hoe put a hit on my life. All for money. All for going to those organizations and putting it getting money to sacrifice me. Are you crazy? Yes, you are. That's the crazy person right there. Like y'all was gonna get some fame, baby. Y'all finna get a flame, a hell flame. That's what y'all finna get. Okay? People dying around y'all. Y'all still acting crazy. People having free accidents. Y'all still acting crazy. Y'all still working witchcraft. Y'all still having y'all meetings. Well, how's she ahead of us? God know everything. God know y'all wicked plots and plans. Okay? You played up in my face and thought you got away? Are you serious? She's a false prophet. She don't know no God. I can guarantee you one thing, you know it now. And I guarantee you one thing, you know, I'm sure Rita done told you because you run to them readers. You sat up there and went somewhere. The little one that you hook yourself up with, she told you a bunch of lies about me. And you believed it. She's fake as hell. Okay? She's fake as hell. I'm sure you know by now. And she gonna pay for it. Because she did the wrong thing. If she wanted you, she would have been had you. She ain't had to lie on me. Lying on me didn't get her nowhere but a hole in the ground. That's what it did. And a whole funny line of holes in the ground. Okay? So, arabo, sekerebo, shandare koraraba, shandarabo saya. Oraramo siko, yanaramo saya, yanamasiko, yanaramo saya, yanamosia. Iko yanaramo shandare koya, akanamo sha, I call back all my energy. Enamakandere, de boko yararaba, siko, yanarama, shandare korarama, sanda. And every lie, every negative, every witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, vaccine, no matter what it is, voodoo dolls, graveyard magic, all this stuff, bottles in the freezer and all this stuff, tying the cow tongues and sacrificing roosters and all that stuff, that returns back to y'all. Every bit of it. I optimize it. I said I optimize all that. And that all that energy, guess where it goes? All that energy that been piled up, going back to y'all. And baby, let me tell you something, honey. You can't reverse it, send to nobody else like they told you that. I'm sending that back to you. All of y'all. The little covenant, little cult, y'all can pull back all you want to. Like I'm saying this here. I want my house. I want my money. I want everything belong to me. I want it back. And I want it now. Every scheme and scam y'all been doing for years, stealing. I want everything back a millionfold. Do you hear me? I don't care what y'all do. Because where you made your biggest mistake at when you came for God. That's where you made your mistake at. You call yourself doing your mind manipulation and stuff. Guess what? What's wrong with your mind now? All that mind magic y'all was playing with, guess where it's at now? God moved me out the way. He said it's time to go. It's time for you and Jeremiah to go because now I need to judge this. So what you think going on? The judgment of God. Oh, why y'all saying, oh, she doing witchcraft, she doing witchcraft, she doing witchcraft. Girl, I'm not doing no witchcraft against you. What I want to do witchcraft against you for? Girl, I believe in God, the creator of all. Didn't you know that God created the devil? And who the devil works for God? Did you not know that? When you came for me, you really didn't even know who I was. Because God didn't tell you. He just gave you a chance to do what's right, and you chose not to. All of y'all. Everybody that ever been in my life, God gave all y'all a chance to do what's right. But y'all had so much wickedness in y'all heart. Oh, y'all. I just watch the wickedness, and I just shook my head. I just shook my head. No. I've never say, oh, I hate them. I hate them. No, I wouldn't say that. You know why? Because God is a God of love. God is a God of forgiveness. Oh, then somebody say, oh, you let that go. You didn't forgive. No, God told me to talk about it. See, I'm not religious. I'm saved. He told me, tell about my story. Tell how your husband abused you and your children. And supposed to be somebody a deacon in the church. Tell about a so-called pastor and apostle and what kind of life these people lived. And how they pretend. How they wore a mask. But God is ripping the ripping the mask off of all y'all devils. These nasty kids y'all done raised. Nasty kids. Nasty, disrespectful devils. And you gonna pay for it. And you gonna be sorry the day you disrespect me. To know good and do it not is sin. You can't sacrifice me to now devil. The devil already knew before you even signed the contract. He already knew that. But see, you was full of pride and ego. You the man. I'm the woman. I'm the coach. I know everything, but you don't know God. The real living God. You knew the devil, the devil God. There's a lot of gods. But you knew the devil. You didn't know the creator. There's some good people out here. And I thank God for every one of them. There's some good people out here. And they're not even in the church. That's the funny part about it. These are people not even in the church. But they some loving, kind people. But you people in the church are so wicked. The wickedness is unreal. All y'all do is divide people. That's all y'all. You know what? I'm gonna come to the realization. Y'all miserable and trying to make other people miserable. You yourself in a relationship, you miserable as hell. Cause you thought you had something and you didn't. And you mad with me. You mad with me for? Why you mad at me? You came into my life. What you mad at me for? I'm not mad with you, baby. I want to say thank you. Thank you. And all the rest of y'all, thank y'all. Y'all the one let him dump in there. And y'all, huh? My children grown. And see, I knew how to take care of my children because God taught me how to. Times of struggle, my electric bill was never off. All the time, he was doing what he wanted to do. My electric bill never was off. My electric, water, and gas bill, and a phone bill, and internet bill. Cell phone bill. Now one of them was turned off. He suspended my house payment. Well, I ain't had to pay a house payment. I offered them pay off on the house. They wouldn't let me because, see, God didn't intend for me to pay it off. Houses we had, I bought the houses. Oh, we to tell the children, like my daughter's trip to China, I paid for the trip. I bought her clothes. God worked through me. I don't want to take no credit from God. That's how. My son computer. Oh, mama, your mama took some money out of my account and bought the computer. I don't even have any connection with your account. And I have receipts showing exactly where the money came from for his computer. Okay? Had not the house burnt in Norfolk, I have information showing how I paid for Lisa's trip to China. See? Because you was busy running behind hoes. You didn't care nothing about your children. You just wanted to run up behind the church and run hoes. That's all you wanted to do. You ain't care nothing about your children. You act just like Jeremiah didn't exist. Don't forget the day I had Jeremiah, how you went to Delaware, stayed all night, and came back the next day. That's you. But then, you know the worst part about it? The so-called pastor and apostle. Oh, they needed him to drive. That's what they told him. No. They was full of the devil. What man and woman going to take another man from the hospital when his wife just had a baby? Just had the baby. Then go somewhere and stay all night. You people are wicked. See, people, no. I'm telling y'all facts. One of y'all people that went to Delaware, y'all know he was in Delaware. And y'all know I had just had my baby. I was in the hospital, just had my baby. And he gonna tell me that, oh, they can't find nobody else to drive. That's the lie. To draw a wedge, he drawing a wedge between other people's marriage. But you know what? My marriage is not like everybody else's marriage. Because see, God ordained for me and my husband to be together. But see, he did not stand up and be the man he should have been. He gonna wander until he leave this earth because he did not obey the calling. He did not obey what God gave him. He threw it away for trash, for whores, to call himself being a pimp. You know, sex trafficking, money laundering, drugs laundering. Drugs too. In case I left that out. They do a whole lot of stuff. I ain't even name a lot of stuff they've been doing. So, you know, they all tied up to this stuff. You know, they into all that. I'm not in that. I feel upright. You know, and I'm not about that. I'm about telling people the truth. I'm about sharing my story. You know, and they're gonna be on the news. These people are gonna be on the news. They think they done got away, baby. They ain't got away. See, I have dreams and visions. I always had dreams and visions. They call themselves trying to interrupt my dreams and visions with that witchcraft. Oh, boy, boy, boy. They done made the biggest mistakes ever trying to get between God and me. Y'all can't do that, baby. Hate to disappoint y'all with y'all witch working selves. Went all overseas, everywhere. All they up doing witchcraft. Y'all trying to kill people. That's what y'all doing. But listen, this is long enough. I'm not going to talk no more. But you all have a nice day. And my prayer that other people that listen to this story of what happened, my story of what happened in my life, this is just a little of it, that you all can get something from it. Mainly, like, main part is the loving yourself part, because to me that's more important than no matter what else I said. It was my story. But when I begin to love myself, that's when I begin to see results. But I want to say to the ones that do have the voice, can hear God's voice, that's going through this here, I want you to know, love yourself. God will give you a way of escape. I escaped, me and my son, just in time before they killed us, okay? They was planning on killing us. All right? So you all have a nice day, okay? And they still have plots, they still plotting and planning. But see, because they haven't learned nothing. You got hard-headed people think they God and all this other stuff. But they finna find out. They finna find out real soon. But you all have a nice day. And just like I said, encourage yourself. Don't let, if people gain something, you don't let that, I'm going to get away from it. I'm going to unalive myself. Don't do that. That's what they want you to do. Because then they want to live off of you. But don't let nobody else, you people listen to me, stay away from these people, because they are criminals. They are no good criminals. A lot of people that separate themselves from, but listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all now, if you was a part of that, you're going to get some facts from it. Number one, I can't stop it. I can't pray it off, because God will not allow me to pray it off nobody. Because you all volunteered to find out, searching for yourself. You would volunteer to believe liars. So now you tangled yourself in with those lies. I don't know. God didn't tell me whether you're going to get the same punishment they get. Their punishment is going to be very severe. When I say severe, lose their lives. Children. I'm serious. I don't play when it comes to God. But, just, I don't know. Some of you may be able to hear. God may hear you. So I know some of them, the ones he showed me, they're not going to be able to hear. God's not going to hear them, because he already turned his back on them. Years ago, he just now, he's been trying to still, get their attention. But all I can say is God is good. That's all I can say. And he is a keeper. But you all have a nice day.